So, the Warriors escape Detroit with a win, with Steph doing Steph-like things, and it was the back end of the back-to-back for both teams, and it was seen. You saw it especially for the Warriors early on and throughout the game, most of the game actually, right? So many shots fell flat and short, and yeah, the back-to-back, the schedule has been goddamn insane for the Warriors. Like I said, they've been pretty much in a different city for every game and on the road for most of this season so far, besides those two home games at the start of the season and sprinkled in between those 3 game road trips. And yeah, it's obvious they look gassed. They just looked gassed from time to time, which makes sense. They're an older team and they are on the road a lot to start the season. So there's that. But Steph came out shooting strong. He was very locked in early on. He couldn't miss in the first quarter, which kept us in this game. Where, on the other hand, you had Killian Hayes making shots. You had Isaiah Stewart hitting his 3-pointers. I know he's a solid 3-point shooter, but goddamn, he had it stuck on automatic. So that was not a good sign for us, obviously. And Steph kept us in it. Steph did keep us in it with that. I felt like if he had one of those hot hands and it was not a back-to-back night, I felt like he could have had a 50 piece here because he was getting so many good looks with Kate chasing him with the screens and Killian Hayes being on him. I felt like they did not do a good enough job. I thought they should have put Ausar Thompson more on him, but I mean, it's Steph. It's hard to defend him, right? Nonetheless, Steph still killed it overall, and the bench unit bounced back. The bench unit bounced back. Nobody else could create much good offense. Clay did chime in with 8 of 16, but like I said, his 3 balls were short. He got to the mid-range a lot, which I liked, and I like Clay with those extra passes this year so far. He's been making a lot of those extra passes and assists, which is great to see from him. Great to see from him. I know the shots will fall eventually, and he'll have a monster 30-point game on an extremely efficient shooting. Anyway, the bench unit bounced back from yesterday, where against the Cavs they were not great, and Chris Paul was actually contributing scoring wise. He was looking for his more, got 17 points, 6 of 9 from the field, also 5 rebounds, 6 assists, which was great to see. Hit 2 3-pointers out of 3, which is also a great sign, obviously. GP2 was once again great off the bench. He's such a disruptor defensively. He just gets his hands on balls a lot. Do I do a pause here? I guess so. Dario Saric was also really solid, 12 and 6 off the bench, and he felt like he played really well. Kuminga had once again an awful first half, or a bad first half, and then once again when the game gets close in the third and fourth quarter, somewhere in there he just starts playing well, and he once again closed the game out with Andrew Wiggins sitting pretty much the whole fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure, playing just 21 minutes, which was due to him continuing his struggle. And it is what it is, man. Wicks apparently still came into camp late with a rib injury carrying over from the last season. Who knows what else is going on? I saw a lot of speculations. We don't know, but he just doesn't look right. That's for sure. The effort was better today, though. Even though it was a back-to-back night, I felt like his effort as the game went on in the first half was better. Still, just struggled. It is what it is. I'm giving Wiggins time until December, half of December, when it's like 30 games in. Then, if it's 30 games in and it looks the same, then there's time to be panicking a little bit. He did have 6 rebounds today, which was great to see in those 21 minutes. So I think he'll get there. We just need to give him a little more time, and thankfully so far we were able to. But it might be time to pull him real quick if we, in Denver struggle early. Oh, we'll see. I just hope Vix is alright, man. We'll have to wait and see what's up there. We can speculate if you want. Let me know your biggest conspiracy theories about it. But I just feel like it's a mix of a lot of things, which I mean that's pretty much life, right? Whenever somebody's struggling or whenever somebody's going, it's always a mixture of things. It's usually not just that one thing's going, right, and it's just about one thing in general in life. Yeah, so that was my life rant. Anyways, Kuminga in the closing lineup looked really solid once again. And then Chris Paul came in for him. The closing lineup created a lot of good shots. Steph was getting open. They were getting open layups. So that was great to see. And I also liked that when Chris Paul came in to end the game, when it was still fairly close, they like to run this post action when they're in the right side of the field, as you can see on the field, on the court, as you can see in the video. They love to post up, but usually it's Draymond posting up. This time it was Chris Paul, and there was nothing coming out of that post up, so he just took a mid range and made it. So that was awesome. That was awesome to see. And we also flashed a zone in the third quarter where the Pistons were on a great run with Stanley Umude just making everything, which was insane. And like I said, Killian Hayes was also making everything. So make of that what you will. And Ausar Thompson also shot fairly well. So yeah, make of that what you will. I think it's once again a mixture of teams being more up for the Warriors, maybe even more prepared to shoot, as they know the Warriors like to leave those bad shooters open, so they're more ready for it than against other teams, even though I feel like Killian Hayes is open against anyone, and Ausar Thompson is open against anyone also, and I saw him hit those three air balls against, who it was, Pelicans? I'm pretty sure it was the Pels, or somebody like that. So, it is what it is. Great win, 6-2 on the season. The zone looked the best it looked for a very small sample size, and Denver coming up. Finally, end of the road trip. Hopefully, we can at least not get embarrassed in Denver, but I mean, it's gonna be tough. They embarrassed the Pelicans, even though they were getting cooked for the first half, so it's gonna be tough in Denver. It's gonna be very tough, but we'll see what we got there, and it's the end of the road trip, so I'm not expecting much, especially with the way Denver's playing. We'll see. And then we head home for a homestand. I'm not sure how many games there are, but the first 4 games are back-to-back against Minnesota and back-to-back against OKC. None of them are actual back-to-backs, but we play both opponents home back-to-back, which is intriguing for sure. Minnesota had a huge win against the Celtics today, and they'll be tough defensively, but Draymond loves to play against Rudy Gobert, and we usually love to play against Minnesota in that way. So we'll see about how that goes. Maybe those are the games that get Wiggins going against his former team also. I'm hopeful for that. If you have any thoughts about the Warriors, let me know in the comment section. And yeah, as always, be kind to yourself and to others. Love yourself and peace.